I gotta know. I'm sharing the audio.
A gun in your face and you're in the scuffle, then you have to, again, assume that is a gun. An appearance of a gun, things of that sort. Again, agents are going through their minds check by check. And when Tim Walz is coming out and saying, based on the quote that you shared, these are violent, untrained officers, with all due respect, having been a federal agent, we are highly trained officers. We go of training. We go through these types of scenarios over and over and over to the point where you literally have to justify whether or not deadly force would be used in front of a
Can you
legal
hear me?
panel. So for him to say that they are untrained, I think is highly inaccurate. And again, this is the rhetoric that is causing this problem in the first place.
And Nicole, I asked our team to put on the sound. You can now hear the sound from that video on the streets there. It seems to be peaceful at the moment, but I wanted to play this sound here as we're watching this video. Because what Governor Walz said, look, he said he spoke with the White House. We do not have a comment from the White House just yet. We do have details coming in from DHS. But it seems to me, to your point, to talk about violent, untrained officers, to immediately characterize the shooting before the facts come out, it's a peaceful scene right here. But there's no doubt these individuals are hearing what the governor says, hearing what the White House says, and it would be wise to calm tensions rather than elevate them. And it seems the White House outreach was an attempt to do that with Governor Walz, to talk about the facts on the ground.
Correct. And so this is where the problem lies, is that you have these individuals. Why do you think that the Department of Justice is looking into these individuals for potential obstruction? Because they are off making these sorts of comments. They are riling up their constituents. Let the facts speak for themselves. But again, I take high offense to anyone that says that these federal agents are not trained. It is anything but the truth. We are very highly trained, regardless of what agency you're a member of, whether it's FBI, DEA, CBP, very highly trained, probably the best in the country.
Yeah, and Nicole, you know, we're waiting to see if that weapon was loaded. Just one more question for you here. You point out just if the magazines were there and the gun was visible, what is an officer thinking? Because these officers have been rammed with cars. We saw that with ICE. This is Border Patrol. We await to hear what this interaction was, but there was a weapon, it seems to be involved.
Correct. I mean, it appears based on the coverage that you have that there was a weapon recovered at the scene. You see a weapon, you see a gun, automatically you're going again. I keep saying it, but it literally is like a checklist in your mind, and you're expected to make these split-second decisions. When there's a firearm potentially the subject is grabbing for the firearm, has the firearm visible to the agent. And again, it's the agent's perspective. Did they believe that their life was in, some serious injury or physical death, imminent injury or death at the time that they made that decision? But let's look and see. Let's see what the investigation says. I would be curious to know if these CBP officers had body cams on. That's always extremely telling and very helpful for investigations. But what I've learned in these cases, and again, going back to George Floyd days, it always is different than what the media initially is able to show. And there's always multiple angles to it. And that's why it's always very important to withhold judgment until there is a full picture.
See, and I want to say that right off the muzzle, right? That's a fact. Until you're in that situation, you really don't know. Uh, you don't know the mental aptitude that takes, the mental gymnastics involved in that. I mean, the rest of them, they were all in a struggle together. Did they see that one officer rip that gun from him? Not necessarily, right? And then here's another thing. Do we know if he had a knife on him? Right? What about another gun? What about an ankle gun? Huh? What? I mean, how you can't determine yet the situation, but you're taught. I heard the one streamer guy who plays the video games and all that. Oh, I can see it from both perspectives. Listen, the people on the other side, bro. Yes, uh, they're out there for a reason because they have a mental breakdown. There's a mental breakdown right now, and they. I mean, when you look at it, they're the fascists, bro. They accuse President Trump of being a fascist, and the whole time they're the fascists. They're the ones that's been doing it the whole time, bro. It ain't been the left. I mean, the right, it's always been the left the whole time. Everything they accuse the right of being, it's like they do that because they want to see the reaction of the people. And they know if they call it out first to the right, well, you know, I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever bounces off me sticks to you. It's a tale as old as time, you know? So I mean, it's up to us to get the word out here, right? Because what they're trying to do is they're trying to make bad optics for the midterms when they come up. We got midterms coming up soon, and we all know that President Trump's not on the ballot. So half the Republicans normally don't even turn out for the vote. But that we had to stop doing. We have to be united in our cause, bro. We need all Republicans to turn out because we can't let the Democrats get the House. If they get the House, everything that we fought for 2 years ago and President Trump fought for throughout that whole 4 years plus the two, it's all out the window because his last 2 years are going to be nothing but impeachment. Is that what you want? So, look, I'm not here to paint no picture of nobody being right or wrong. Well, yes, I am. Those people in Minnesota are clearly wrong, bro. Clearly wrong. And the media is clearly wrong. All of them. They are all incomplacent in the overthrowing of our country. They want to destroy our country. They want to take our country from us. They've already had a mass distribution of wealth under Biden. They already have it under Biden. But they're trying to accuse, you know, the evil Republicans. It's crazy to me, man. It's absolutely insane. Like, what do you say? I know what I'm gonna say though. There ain't nobody here yet, bro. Well, you know what I say about that, right? I tell them, A in the morning, A in the evening. Well, we ain't get nobody come along. Time to stop sharing and go to bed. Y'all have a good night. I'm out.